Hey, I'm Olivia, and welcome back to Pages and Journeys. Hi, everybody. It's been a hot minute since we've been able to film, solely because of health reasons, and I've been in the biggest reading slump of my life. So, this week we are getting it back together. Today we're heading over to Barnes& and Noble because we have a buyback appointment. My Barnes& and Noble has a used book section, and we can take books in. They take up to 50 and you get a gift card for it. So we're going to go do that this morning. The 50 books are downstairs. It's a horrible, horrible rainy day here, so it's a great day to go for a little bit of book shopping. Do I need more books? Honestly, no. I did a huge unhaul, and by huge, I mean 100 plus books left my house. And now my shelves have all been reorganized. Obviously, you can see we've put some up behind my bed, and then there are a couple new shelves in the library itself, as well as a book tree. But honestly, I don't know what's going to cure this slump, so we're going to try and fix it together. I just read Downpour by Maggie Gates and loved it. I love Maggie and her books, but for some reason, the hardest part for me is picking up a book next and then consistently reading every day. I have an audio on the go with Here With Me by Samantha Young that I'm loving. Her romantic suspenses are top tier. In this one, she is a former Boston cop that has gone to Scotland to basically reunite with her estranged father, Mac, who ends up being a bodyguard for a renowned actor called Lachlan Adair, who has this whole Adair Mansions situation where it's basically like a getaway for a bunch of famous people where they can feel normal. The people in the village don't care. It's just like a safe haven almost. And he ends up getting threatened. There's some attacks going on, and there's a whole mystery behind why our female main character ended up deciding not to continue being a cop and her injuries. And yeah, it's got a lot going on. There's a lot of mystery in this one. There's a lot of danger to it, but also so much intrigue. So I'm having the absolute best time. I do have my suspicions as to who could be behind it, but we'll see if I'm right by the end of it. I think I'm 20% of the way through, but it's a 500-page book, which means I'm 100 pages in. Physically, no current reads. Kindle wise, I'm going to do a Kindle clear out this afternoon where I basically scrap everything off my Kindle Unlimited library except from whatever sounds really, really good in the moment. And then I will go Kindle Unlimited shopping too. I do have some arcs that I really need to read. I have The Good Girl Exception by Maren Moore, which is out on the 26th. Which is in a few days, so I do need to read that. Death Valley by Karina Harley I have on my Kindle. I have a couple of other arcs that I need to get to as well. Yeah, that's currently what's going on. I have no idea what else I'm going to pick up, but we'll see where things go from here. Well, that was successful. Let's go through the bag of books that I brought home after trading in 50 of mine. Gave me $84.40, so we used the entire gift card today because we needed new books. First up, I went through the used section. Now they put them up as they go, as they get new ones in, they put stuff up, so I will probably head back this week and check on them. But they did have book 5 in the Thursday Murder Club series. Now this is very much out of my normal wheelhouse of books, but I love Richard Osman. There is a cozy English factor to this that just makes me feel like I'm at home, and I don't have the last one in hardcover to match. So this ended up being $10. And then I did get one other used book that cost me $6, and that is Fall at Once by Nora Everly. And this, I believe, is in book 2 of this series. I have book 1 and it matches the editions, so I'm gonna have to see how this all fits together. But it's a firefighter single dad, and considering it had the sprayed edges, I have full I want the series to match. I obviously picked it up, and then the rest of the time was free shopping. There was one book that I desperately had to pick up, and that is Love Song by Elle Kennedy. It was buy one get one half off, but I didn't pick up any of the other books that were on the table. This follow Wyatt of Blake, but this is Grace and Logan's daughter with Hannah and Garrett's son, so obviously it's going to be very fun, and I love the off-campus where I use series, so we had to have this one. Obviously I needed the special edition with the different colorway because I think this is stunning. I do need the normal edition too. I'm just so excited to have this and finally read it. We love an Elle Kennedy. Another one by an author that I absolutely adore is Fireline by Maggie Gates. This is book 3 in the Griffith Brothers series, the last one, and I'm obsessed. I finished Downpour, loved it. These are some of the most unique cowboy romances you will ever read. Now this one is Grumpy, enemies to lovers. He's a chef. She's a chef, so that should be very entertaining. Obviously I don't want to know too much going into it, but I had to have it. And then the rest of the time was brief. The first one that caught my eye was Give Me Butterflies by Julian Meadows. I have seen book 2 in this duet go up everywhere, so I wanted to give this one a go. She is a etymologist and he's a grumpy astronomer. So then I also picked up One and Only by Carlos Sorensen. This has been on my list for ages. She ends up basically trying to marry someone and he is a football player. That's all. And then the last one I got was Callie Hart's Blood and Roses. This is like a dark romance featuring Seattle's most dangerous man. Quite literally all I need to know with the sprayed edges. So that was this afternoon's little haul. But as for what I'm picking up next, I have no idea. I'm gonna put my light on to charge, and then we're gonna go through and pick out whatever book sounds good. Okay, you guys, it is currently like 6:30 Sunday night, and we are finally going to do something about my hair. We are about to dye it. So you can see I've got like all of this red here and then the roots, and I have all of my hair dye over here. Let's see what happens. Hi guys, it's now Monday morning. The hair has been dyed. It doesn't look this red in person. It looks a lot more brown in person, which is disappointing because I wanted it to be red. So we'll see what we can do with that. I also have lit my Moonlit Goddess candle, which I'm obsessed with the scent of. It is so calming and so fun. It's like 10 something in the morning. Laundry is running. We've just done our quick pickup. I'm a Monday pickup person, not a Sunday pickup person. I don't know why, but refreshing on a Monday morning just puts me in a good mood. So then we need to tackle a couple of little easy things. First up, I need to set up my choice for UPS so I can track packages coming in. I really want to get back into content planning, so we might do a little bit of that. I've been listening to the Luke Combs album and I'm so obsessed with it that I will do anything to have an excuse to listen to it. So that's also an option, is listening to that. I do have work this afternoon, so we'll be heading over to play with our two favorite tiny humans and say hi to Maddie, who is my co-nanny and like my best friend here. So that's really fun. Activity wise for work, I'm probably going to take crochet because I have like 7 baseball jerseys to make for Dreamy Pages Go, which is a little overwhelming. I want to try and pick up a new physical book. I picked up The Good Girl Exception by Marion Moore this morning and was 25 pages into that and really enjoyed it. So I think I want to do a walk for 45 minutes and get back into that habit too, because I was doing really well with that. Good morning, you guys. Happy Tuesday. We last night ended up crocheting in bed so much that my hands hurt so badly today. So we're going to take a break and crochet this evening, which means we're prioritizing content creation and filming in school this morning. Updates. I came home last night to the most incredible book now, Rider by Jessica Peterson from Bloom. This isn't out until April 7th, and I am giddy to pick up Billy and Ryder's story. This is the last in Lucky River Ranch, and then we're moving on to Cult, which is name of book 1. I cannot remember the name of the series that starts like the spin-off of Lucky River, because we're going to be following Billy's brothers in that one. But this is a brother's best friend romance where she wants to be a barrel racer. She doesn't want to do like the accounting and crunching numbers anymore, and she has a fall, and Ryder is her brother's best friend and sees her fall, and they kind of just end up having this forbidden secret relationship because her brother has very much declared her off limits. She's known as like the wild sister, he's known as the heartbreaker. But throughout these series, we've seen these little glimpses of these two and like the undeniable tension and chemistry, and we have to pick it up. So that's next up on the TBR. But I'm currently reading Soul Searching by Lila Sage. I got 66 pages in yesterday at work, and I'm hoping to read a little bit more today because the story hasn't really kicked off yet. The basics of what's going on right now is Collins is driving back to her hometown of Sweetwater Peak to kind of like get herself back on her feet. She's a photographer, but like business is slow. She used to be able to see and talk to ghosts, and that whole connection has gone away. But then she also has like this very much a distance with her family. Like her family's super loving and always there and stuff, but she keeps her guard from them, and now she's kind of having to face that. But Brady is our main character, who is an upholsterer that's moved to Sweetwater Peak, and he's just saying he wants a fresh start, so he's kind of guarded too, and they are forced to live together in the apartment above the upholsterer shop that she is now doing his like books and stuff for. I am so excited to keep going with this because I love Lila's writing, and I love like the quirkiness to this one, and like the whole cover and everything is stunning. So I think once I'm like 100 pages in, I'll have more of a sense of where things are going. For now, I'm happy I've read 66 pages. That's a huge win. It's like 9:30 now. We are going to film about 10 videos. We're going to edit for like 45 minutes, and then we're going to work on some school stuff until about 11 o'clock, and then I will either go run errands or do another set of orders and stuff. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. Yeah, that's it for today. Hi guys, it's actually Thursday now. I forgot to update you yesterday because I filmed the day in the life for Instagram. So if you want to check out what Wednesday was like, head over there. But we are about to do errands again today. We're just nipping out to the supermarket because there's a couple of snacks I want, and I want to go get myself some new flowers. So we're going to go off and do that. It's all in the same place too, which is really convenient. Come home, make our second coffee of the morning, and get back to planning in Notion. I'm currently setting up all my nursing school stuff because we got our course calendar and like all of the little requirements we have to do. So I need to go and finish up setting that up before we go to work early today, because someone needs letting off early before so they can get to an appointment. So we're gonna go to work about an hour early. Hi guys, happy Friday. I currently have a cookie dough cold brew, which is delicious. We are hanging out in our Pittsburgh Renegades sweatshirt, which is Samantha Brin, if you've not read her books. Oh, incredible. Her latest one, Perfectly Us, that just came out, is a second gen to her first 2 series. So that's really fun. It's 10 a.m. I was up until about 2 in the morning last night. So we slept in a little bit to 8. I just hopped out of the shower, so we are clean and ready to go. As for this morning, I'm taking things kind of slowly. We do need to do some crocheting for baseball jersey orders, but I'm also finally done with all of the school stuff, which is great. So we need to go through and edit a baseball romance recs video because that needs to go up this afternoon. I think my job is ready to go actually. I just need to edit that in edits, which I can do when I go to nannying later. Reading update wise, I'm still 100 pages into Soul Searching by Lila Sage. This one is so cute but cozy. We did read The Good Girl Exception by Marion Moore, and I'm sorry there was no picking it up to tell you about it. There was no putting it down to tell you about it because I was obsessed. So this one came out on the 26th, and we are following our 2 main characters, Maisie and Wilder. Maisie is this sunshine bubbly girly whose dad is a pastor, and she's always been known as a pastor's daughter. And like, she just doesn't want that anymore. She wants her virginity gone because it's being held over her head. She wants to just discover herself and live like this very much so free life that she reads about in her romance books. So she ends up going to this bar and having a one-night stand, and she doesn't say anything about being a virgin, and this guy gives her the night of her life. And then she goes to her university, Orleans U, and starts working in a literacy program and wants to do some events with the hockey team. So when she shows up to the rink, she doesn't expect the guy that she had the one night stand with to be the guy that she now has to work with. Turns out he is an ex-professional NHL player, and he ended up getting sent back to his university to kind of like fix his image. So Wilder is our grumpy, broken boy who is now assistant coaching. He's very much so like not loving it. He didn't want to be doing that. He wanted to play hockey. But yeah, he ends up finding Maisie again, and he knows he shouldn't want her, but he really, really does. Marin is the queen of writing spicy, emotional, sporty romances where it's not like intense on the sports. Like if you're not a sports romance or a sports person, you can read her books and still really, really enjoy them. So I read that one. And another release that happened that I read a few weeks ago is Dear Stetson, I Want You by Indy Valentine. This book, it is an age gap romance where he is a billionaire cowboy and she is a flight attendant. It also turns out that he is her dad's best friend. So how this all goes down basically is he is taking a private jet because he doesn't like crowds, he doesn't really like people. She's on that flight and he ends up flirting with her, finds out who she is, and they end up he crashes her double date with her best friend. He gets her out of a really terrible situation and they go and have some fun together. And then not only that, this man goes to Chicago just to meet up with her. There was so much angst and tension in that one. I was like losing my mind, kicking my feet, squealing, giggling. I was on FaceTime with my friend Paula when I was finishing it, and the reactions are something else. If she sent me the video, I'll put a few clips in of what it was like. But yeah, it was something else. I loved it to pieces. Indy Valentine just has a way of making you love her characters within 10 pages because you feel like you've known them your whole life. So definitely recommend picking up her books. My favorite right now is Capri. That is just, that is a book that will stick with me in my brain for the rest of my life. And like I could read it a million times over. So if you need, you know, a new author rec, go check out Indy. Yesterday was long because I did some work in the morning, then went to Trader Joe's. I got these jalapeno puffs. I'm obsessed with the sour cream and onion puffs. So they had a jalapeno one and I grabbed those and I ate some of those. And then came home, got myself new flowers. Wait, I have to go get them and show you. Actually, I think you already saw them. You might have seen them. I think we put them in the vase together, actually. So that was really fun. Then went to work as usual. We made banana bread, which was delicious. I'm a huge banana bread girly now. I don't like bananas on their own, but bake it in banana bread and I'll eat it. So that was that. And then last night I just did work until late. I haven't been reading as much as I wanted to. Good morning, you guys. I thought we would do a readathon today. Obviously, we've not read a ton this week, and I really want to make up for it before we make this video live. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to put a comfy outfit on. We're going to get our books, set up a timer on my bed, and get cozy and just read for a little bit because we've not read a whole lot. And it's Monday morning. So this weekend was definitely a reading weekend. I finished 2 books and then just wanted to kind of sit and enjoy. I also read another 150 pages of my audiobook, which I'm really proud of. So hopefully we can finish it by the end of the month. I'm thinking of picking up and listening to it tonight, but we need to wrap up this vlog. So the book that I finished first was Soul Searching by Lila Sage, and we loved Brady and Collins. There was just something so intimate and soft about their relationship and how it just slowly bloomed from friends to lovers and like this whole quiet way of understanding each other. So this was brilliant. I loved the ghost aspects of it. I loved the way that Collins kind of recognized the parts of herself that were lost and how she's going to hold on to those now, and how Brady just kind of opened up and embraced life a little bit more instead of just hiding away. I'm very excited for Free Falling that'll come out later this year, so we will be running to pick that up as well, and that's going to be Clark's story, and we're very interested to see what happens next with that. I like how this kind of had an open ending in terms of like this series as a whole, so there's that like little bit of mystery and intrigue tying you into the next book. And then we binged the entirety of Ready or Not by Cara Stone, and this is one of the best accidental pregnancies I have ever read. It was completely unique. We are following Eve, who basically has a one night stand and finds out she's pregnant a few weeks later, and she's just like, what am I going to do? You know, like she's not exactly happy about it, but she's not exactly sad about it. She's like lost of what's next. And yeah, she's kind of in this place in her life where she doesn't know how to get to where she wants to be. And I just loved this like very raw, honest look at how things can change in a second and how she adapted and grew over time and took things day by day. But then we also have Shep, who is her best friend's brother. They have known each other since they were kids, and he's kind of just floating through life too. He ended a 7-year relationship. But if you want like an acts of service, quality time person, he is it for you. Like the way he shows up for Eve, and like it was just so, like as a reader it was obvious, but reading it only from Eve's perspective, you could kind of realize, oh yeah, no, she has no idea what's going on with him. A whole talk between being self-centered and other-centered, the shifts that happen throughout, it was just beautifully done. So not only is it a stunning cover, it's a stunning story. And yeah, I was fully consumed by it. So I'm very glad I have Promise Me Sunshine and No Matter What both on my shelves ready to go to pick up soon, because this was definitely a slump buster. Now, do I think we're quite out of our reading slump, bookish slump yet? No, but I definitely think these two books were a great step in the right direction. So I'm very excited to pick something new up and just keep going. We're going to try and keep the 45-minute sessions consistent in the next few vlogs, but that's all we have for today, and I will catch you next time for another fun bookish adventure.